We are here doing the Monster Girls Survivor's Guide. I'm here with Jen Graves. We are we decided to do a random one today. Jen Graves picked this one. Just saying, not me.
Whatever. It was random.
We are looking at Volume One of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. Today we are looking at the giant slug. Oh boy! It's
And and we already talked about this. I randomly opened the book to this page and regretting every moment of it.
So, the giant slug is part of the shell family. The type is molluscan life form. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, molluscan.
Molluscan life form. The habitat is sewers, wetlands, and forest. Nature is mild and dull. Diet is um, herbivorous. Herbivorous. Um, so, I'm just gonna say the giant slug is nowhere on my list. I don't like the giant slug.
I I would have to say I feel like this is the of all the monster girls so far that we've done. This is probably like the human penis pump monster girl.
So let's get into this. The giant slug is a monster with the lower body of a slug that prefers to live in dark, damp places. Some have said the giant slug originated as a shell monster, but of course, as it evolved, it decided to ditch its shell in order to be just a normal slug, and I guess not a giant snail.
Right.
When
So its goo
it's goo,
works as a binding agent. So if you step
yes,
into it, most likely you're going to get stuck.
it inhibits you from basically moving. It basically is like super glue almost. Um, so when the slug sees a man she likes, she basically goes straight for him. She's like, "I want that. I get that." Like most of the monster girls, let's be honest.
Right.
Most
But
of them are
but
most of them are like that.
she's still like a slug though, because I would still consider her to be in like the kind of like beastman area.
Yeah.
So they all kind of just evolve from the animals that they are. And with this one, she kind of basically does the same thing like a regular snail. They move, or a slug. I mean, they move really slow. You know, it kind of just depends if you're gonna stop and try and, I guess, mess with it or whatever.
Maybe poke it with a stick
Yeah.
and whatnot. Um, yeah. Uh, so, like Gingrave said, it does secrete slime from its lower half of its body. Um,
And this works as not only a binding spell, but also as lube.
it works as lubricant. Um, in the process of that, the giant slug um, basically covers a man head to toe with this sticky solution, we'll just say. And it's not just her body that secretes it, it's also her vagina. Her vagina her vagina secretes the exact same fluid. And I have to read this out of the book.
The sound effects.
I just need to read this little paragraph.
I want you to just do it. Just do the sound
But I want,
first.
I want squish, 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 squish. Um,
It, that's squish squoosh.
squish, 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 squish. Sorry. If you don't
I
want
feel
to
like it's a I feel like it's a death call before it like something comes to get you. Squish squoosh. Squish
squish,
squoosh.
squish,
If you hear squish squoosh in the woods, run.
and so as it squeezes the penis inside her, it leaves behind um, stretching traces of and produces the most vile and erotic sound. Squish, squoosh, squish, squoosh, squoosh. As it continues on with its clinging pleasure. Once it begins, that dull, watery sound can be expected to continue for several hours, perhaps even a full day.
Right?
I would not.
See, and those are the reasons why I was like, this has got to be the human penis pump because you're getting stretch marks, and it's probably
Yeah,
stretching that guy out down there.
yeah. And um, one thing interesting though, they say before the Overlord took over in this current era, the giant slug used to be a hermaphrodite, but then I guess it changed. Um,
Still seeking men, but it also finds enjoyment uh, doing things to women as well, which is
yeah,
kind of different from a bunch of our previous ones. None of them really ever seemed like they had that enjoyment of going after a woman or anything, except maybe like the succubus.
yes, that is true. And one thing I find to be pretty hilarious, there is a defense against the giant slug, and that is salt. All you have to do is sprinkle a little salt on the giant slug and it will shrivel up. It will not die, it'll just shrivel up and you can get away from it possibly.
Right? That part, like Monster Musume, kind of reminds me of Shoe, where
But Sue's a slime.
Shoes. Well, yeah, but you know how she's like petite already and
Yeah,
everything, and then when she gets too much water, she grows bigger.
yeah,
This one's kind of like the opposite. Like she's already like voluptuous and everything, and when you add salt, then she shrinks down. Kind of like
yeah,
Shoe's regular form.
yeah. But unlike the giant slug, I actually like Sue as a character. I do not like giant slug. Um, And the only way for the giant slug to basically go back to normal is to get a man's love juice. And
Right. She she needs someone else's slime to help produce her slime more.
yes. And that is where I feel like we are going to end this episode with the giant slime altogether.
Squish swoosh, squish swoosh.
Squish squoosh, squish squoosh. Um, that's all I really have. This is going to be a short episode. Um, the giant slug.
Does does
Is,
this make you think of anything?
it makes me honestly, possibly not looking at slugs the same way ever again.
This kind of the squish squish part just kind of reminded me of the Flipper Tucker dance.
Uh,
So, but
yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment down below. What do you think of the giant slug? What are
right
your thoughts? I know some people are scared to
is
comment.
is the giant slug in your top 10?
No.
Well, not you, but anybody else.
Oh. Yeah. Let us know down in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, same Monster Girl time, same Monster Girl channel. Thanks for watching, and
And always remember, squish squish,
squish
squish squish.
squish, squish squish, squish squish, everybody.